Hi, it's Sandy Wyllie. Welcome to my mental health channel, where I wipe away the stigma of mental illness by talking about my own struggles having borderline personality disorder. I talk about my struggles having post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety disorder, severe panic and anxiety attacks, depression. I talk about narcissism, schizophrenia, and bipolar. I talk about all my different therapies, CBT, DBT, psychodynamic, psychoanalytical, IFS, and about my unethical psychologists that sexually, verbally, physically, and mentally, emotionally abuse me. But I only come on here as a former patient of almost 20 years. I am not a licensed therapist. I do not hold a degree in psychology, so I cannot diagnose you or give you a professional opinion. All I ask in turn of you is please be kind down below in the comments. Please be kind to me, be kind to other people who comment. Please show respect and kindness. We don't have to agree on everything, but we do need to agree on respect and kindness for one another. My crazy ears. Oh God, sometimes curly hair. Anyway, enough about that. So, if you are new to my channel, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button on the lower right hand corner so that you will be notified each time I do one of these videos. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up so you know which ones did well and which ones flop or flip. All right. Today's video is why didn't I say goodbye? Why you don't always have to say goodbye when you leave a relationship. Why I didn't say goodbye to my best friend after 12 years. I just ghosted her. When ghosting isn't a bad thing. I'll talk about that. Why I didn't say goodbye, and I ghosted my psychologist after 16 years of free therapy. Okay, we all know what ghosting is. In case you're, you don't, I don't know. It just means that you automatically, like a ghost, disappear. You vanish without an explanation. Like you could be in a relationship, and then all of a sudden you stop texting, you stop calling, you stop emailing, you stop seeing, you actually cease all contact with the other person without an explanation, without a goodbye, without saying goodbye, without saying anything. You just poof, you just disappear. Now, I have done this, and why I've done this, I'm going to explain why I've ghosted. I really ghosted my best friend Linda too. So I have ghosted people in the past. I have just disappeared and not said goodbye. And I'm going to explain why, and why ghosting or not saying goodbye isn't sometimes necessarily a bad thing. Like, I'm going to take my therapy and give you an example. One therapist, after 2 years of seeing me as a patient, I was his patient, he was seeing me as a therapist, 2 years. Sometimes I went twice a week to him. He wrote me an email. In one sentence, he told me, I can no longer work with you. Good luck finding someone else. Of course, which is unethical. And I was just like floored. That's not ghosting, actually, because he did let me know in an email. Of course, he had to let me know. He could have told me when I came to the next session, but I was just flabbergasted. I never heard of such a thing from a therapist, and I begged and begged. I wrote him back. I said, you can't end it this way. I was your patient for 2 years. I need an explanation. I need some closure. I need to have a last session where there's some closure or something. So after calling him and leaving messages, please don't end it like this. Can I come in? Can we talk about it? Blah, blah. He finally relented and said, okay, you can come in for a last session. And I went in, and, obviously his mind was made up. He didn't want nothing more to do with me. It was done. And then I walked out really upset and crying and kind of regretting going to that last session. It really didn't do anything for me. Not at all. So that's what I'm trying to say, that saying goodbye in person, does it bring you closure? Well, I said goodbye to him in person. I begged him. He didn't want to see me. He wrote me an email telling me, don't come in anymore. Good luck finding someone else. And that was it. He didn't want to see me. I pushed that on him. And so it didn't really bring me closure, saying goodbye in person. Finding out, why. I asked him why. He said, I can't work with you anymore. That's what he kept saying. I can't work with you anymore. And I said, you won't work with me. And he says, yeah, you're right. I won't work with you. That's how it ended. It didn't do anything for me. And so what was the whole point of it, I mean, he had to write me the email to let me know, don't come in. Or he could have waited till I came in, and then told me face to face. I guess not doing it face to face is like avoiding confrontation. There's a lot of reasons for that. I probably don't want to see the other person get upset. So maybe I'm a coward, that I don't want confrontation. I don't want to see the other person get upset. I don't want to have to try to explain myself over and again. And that could be one of the reasons. Number two, I think, is, I didn't dump these people like overnight, all right? These people have hurt me over the years. And don't you think that if they did some self-searching, some self-analyzing and reflecting inwardly, they could figure out why I left? I mean, that's the number two reason, too. It should be pretty evident. If you've been in a relationship with someone for a good amount of time, and you really think about, or even if you haven't been in a relationship for a long time, if you really think about, like let's just say the person that who criticized my singing, right? I hadn't been in a relationship with her any length of time. I didn't say anything to her. I just blocked her on all accounts. Okay, I just blocked her and stopped talking to her. But if she did some self-reflecting and thought, why is she not talking to me? Let me think. Maybe because I publicly criticized her on her Facebook. I mean, it doesn't take rocket science to figure out what you did to want the other person to end the relationship. All you have to do is think back of the times you were together. What did you say? What did you do? Or what did you not do? Think about it. And sometimes it's just really obvious, Why do I have to say it, Why do I have to explain the obvious which the person should already know? You see what I'm trying to go with it here? Like, why waste my time? The other person can figure out why I'm upset enough not to want to talk to them. All they have to do is, let me think back. The last time or two I interacted with this person, what happened? What did I say? What did I do? What didn't I do? Say I buy my best friend, a birthday card every year, and she doesn't buy me a birthday card, or she forgot my birthday, or I didn't even hear from her on my birthday, and I always never forget her birthday. And then all of a sudden, I stopped talking to her. And I don't think it takes rocket science to figure out, maybe I've neglected her. Maybe I was, So that's another reason why I don't say goodbye. It should be obvious to the person. Why do I have to waste my time on it, Another reason, third, number 3. Remember, the first one is I don't want confrontation. I don't want to hurt the person face to face. Maybe my coward's way of dealing with it. Number 2, they should already be able to figure out the information without me having to waste my time and energy and emotions into it. 3, third reason why I don't say goodbye in person and I ghost people. Maybe because I'm a softy. And people probably could talk me out of saying goodbye. Now, let's just say a friend, like my friend Holly, say I talked to her and I sat down and told her, I really don't want to be friends with her. I didn't do this. I just ghosted her. But say I sat down and talked to her and I told her, you're not valuing this friendship. You only call me up when your lover Dave is busy. That's the only time you bother with me, Holly. Because he's a married man, he's not available all the time. She's having an affair with a married man who has young children, and he's on their softball, he's the coach of their little league and etc. He's busy, he has a wife and kids. So she has limited time. So she jumps anytime, So the only time she wants to deal with me, see me is as a last resort when he's busy, And if I sat down and told her this, and she'd probably say, oh, I'm so sorry, Sandy, or, I didn't know I was doing this. Your friendship means the most to me. I love you. Our son's a best friend. She could probably play on my emotions. I'm an empath, all right? So I betcha if I sat down, she could soften me, and then I'd be a chump again, a big loser. In other words, I wouldn't go through with ending the friendship, because face to face, being such an empath, she would be able to convince me not to end it, that she's really sorry. Sorry is just words. Anyone can say I'm sorry, right? Anybody. It's 2 words. I'm sorry. Or 3 words. I am sorry. If you don't use that, hyphenated word there. Anyone can do that. What does it mean, really? Not much, You could do 100 things. People do that all the time. They do you wrong, and then like the big doage. Oops, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. And whatever excuse they want to come up with. Or, you know what? Why don't you come to dinner this weekend, okay? They'll do something temporarily, to set it right, just so you won't break up with them. And then everything will seem, you'll go back to being the chump, They'll be nice for a short while, and then they're back to their old selves again. And it's like, Jesus, why didn't I just stick with what I said, and just end it? Here I am, back at square one. Of course, they're going to be nice after they said they're sorry. They're going to watch their behavior for a little while. And then, guess what? They go right back to their old ways, and then you sit there feeling like an idiot, like, Jesus, you know what? I should have never done this. I should have just stuck to my guns, because you gave this person chance after chance after chance, right? A leopard doesn't change its spots, people, okay? They don't. You can give, how many chances are you going to give someone? And believe me, I've given these people, these therapists, and these girlfriends of mine, chance after chance after chance. Now I don't give any chances. Because I gave too much. I let people walk all over me. So now it's no chances. If you hurt me bad enough one time, and what's I'm sorry? Really. So maybe I'm being hard. You can tell me in the comments if you think that I'm a horrible person. You're ghost people. You don't even say goodbye. And I gave you 3 good reasons why I don't do it right here. And maybe you think they're bogus reasons. I don't know. It's all right to disagree with me. One person wrote me on my last video. He said he thought I deleted his comments because he didn't see his comment on my video. And I'll be honest with you, I did not delete his comments. I don't even know what he said. If he said something offensive, I probably would do a video on it. I probably would share that with you guys, so YouTube, you got to watch out for YouTube because, they will, certain words they won't allow. They will just not allow it. So I explained that in the comments to him. But yeah, unless you deeply offend me, I'm not going to, you can disagree with me, If you give me constructive criticism, as long as I think you're not trying to stick it to me, you're just trying to be helpful, then I'll keep your comment up there. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments about not saying goodbye, just walking away, typically ghosting. I mean, what do you think about that? Have you done that to people? Have you had people do that to you? Do you think it's an effective way of saying goodbye, or do you think it sucks and I'm just a mean girl? All right, till next